Alan's clothing looks quite ordinary, but that's deceptive because woven inside the fabric are dozens of tiny computer chips and sensors monitoring his health. When he puts on his clothing, he goes online. Now get this. If he's ever knocked unconscious, his clothes will automatically identify his coordinates, alert the authorities, and upload his entire medical history before the ambulance arrives. In the future, you will have a doctor in your clothing.
And that may happen within 10 years. Your clothes will be transmitting data around the clock, and they'll send warnings when something is wrong. The man who invented intelligent clothing wants to make bulky ECG kits and blood pressure testers a thing of the past.
One of the most important things when we were designing the smart shirt was the ultimate integration between sensing, communication, and clothing.
It sounds simple, but the devil's in the detail. The great challenge for the scientists in Atlanta was how to weave the intelligent components into the fabric. Wires and computer chips would have to disappear into the material. From a technical point of view, the first tests were a complete success. But the wires were too thick and very uncomfortable for sensitive skin. It took years for the crude prototypes to become the world's first woven computer. This fabric can now carry gigabytes of information.
So let's say I'm an athlete who's training for my Olympics or any particular sport, then I can monitor my heart rate, for instance, using this shirt. And so the information will go from there to this. There'll be a controller here, and from here the information will be transmitted to the point where you want to collect the data.
Today, the sensors and the power supply are still clipped on and disconnected when the garment is washed. So this invention is not yet ready for everyday use. But researchers across the world are working to make the idea viable. In 10 years' time, these high-tech garments will be powered by our movements and our body heat, and the software they contain will look after our well-being like a private nurse. They won't transmit all the information they gather. The system will check for danger signs and disturbing symptoms. Changes in heart rhythm, a sudden drop in blood pressure, or even the early warning signs of a heart attack, like a dangerously blocked artery, will in future be transmitted directly to the nearest emergency medical center.
50 years from now, everybody, from little babies to senior citizens, will be wearing this kind of clothing that can enhance the quality of life for them. And in fact, if a person is involved in an accident, that can actually save their life.